There are places in this world that were never meant to be disturbed. Buildings where time seems to stand still, where the air is thick with something unseen, something waiting. In the heart of Greece, tucked away in the ruins of an abandoned resort, lies one such place, room 306, a hotel room that took every guest who dared to sleep inside. No one ever checked out. No one ever survived. And one night, it was sealed forever. This isn't just another haunted room story. No, room 306 is something else entirely. It was never a place meant for the living. Those who entered described strange whispers, shadows moving in the mirrors, and the feeling that something was watching them, something that grew closer with every breath. The first reports were dismissed, mere coincidences, tragedies of natural causes. But the deaths continued, each victim found in the same position, eyes wide open, mouths frozen mid-scream. No sign of struggle, no wounds, just an expression of sheer terror. The hotel tried to keep it quiet. They changed the locks, moved the furniture, but nothing stopped the room from taking its next guest. Eventually, in desperation, the owners did the unthinkable. They sealed the door shut with bricks and concrete, erasing it from existence. The room was never spoken of again. But silence does not erase horror. But the real question is, did the room ever truly close? Or is it still waiting for its next guest? Before the hotel was built, the land it stood on belonged to an old, forgotten village, a village with a secret. The locals never spoke of it, but travelers who wandered too far were warned to stay away from the hill where nothing grew. They called it the place that breathes. And the elders, they refused to go near it. Legends say that centuries ago, before the village even existed, a monastery stood here, one that defied the gods. It was abandoned under mysterious circumstances, and when the villagers arrived, they found no bodies, no graves, only a single room in the ruins, still intact, untouched by time. Some say the monks vanished. Others claim they invited something in, something that never left. The villagers tried to tear the ruins down, but the foundations refused to crumble. Stone by stone, they buried it instead. They built over it, hiding it, forgetting it, but nothing that ancient stays buried forever. In 1963, construction began on the luxury resort that would later house room 306. The workers laughed at the old superstitions. They built their walls, laid their floors. But when they reached a certain spot, one where the ground was colder than anywhere else, accidents began. A scaffolding collapsed. A worker went missing, his body never found. And in the end, the builders made a choice. Rather than dig into the ruins, they built around it, turning what was once the heart of an ancient monastery into a simple hotel room. Guests checked in, unaware of what lay beneath. At first, it was small things, strange drafts in a room with no open windows, a feeling of being watched. Then came the nightmares, the shadows moving in the corners, and finally, the disappearances. Over the years, the room claimed more and more lives. One guest was found kneeling in the closet, her nails dug into her own face. Another left behind only a pile of clothes, as if his body had simply vanished. The hotel tried to cover it up. They repainted the walls, changed the furniture. But whatever had been disturbed was awake. In 1978, after the final tragedy, a night where 3 guests entered but none came out, the owners made a choice. They sealed the door forever, erasing the room from all official records. But horror is not contained by bricks. Some say the walls still whisper at night, that if you press your ear against the bricks, you can hear breathing from the other side. The hotel shut down years ago, but some mysteries do not rest. Some doors do not stay closed. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're inside the infamous abandoned Greek hotel. Yeah, that one. The one with the room no one survived. People say it's haunted, cursed, or worse, but I'm here to prove it's just another old building. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is weird. Room 306 should be here, but all I see is a wall. It's like they just erased it. But why? Hold on. What's this? The wallpaper doesn't match. And wait, there's a handle underneath. He peels back the paper, revealing a rusted doorknob. The door is locked, but as his fingers graze it, there's a soft click, and it creaks open on its own. How is this even possible? The hotel's been abandoned for decades, but this room looks like someone was just here. He turns toward the mirror. For a split second, his reflection is delayed, a fraction of a second behind his movements. Nope. This is messed up. I swear that door was closed a second ago. A gust of cold air sweeps past him. The camera feed distorts, the audio crackling with static. Then, a voice whispered, echoing from the closet. You shouldn't be here. No. I'm done. I'm outie. He turns for the door, but it slams shut with impossible force. The doorknob won't turn. The light overhead flickers wildly, casting long, twisting shadows that seem to move on their own. What the hell is that? A slow creak. He turns, just as something lunges from the darkness. No, get away from me. What are you? A deep, unnatural whisper, words not meant for human ears, hisses through the room. The camera flickers, static consuming the screen. Then, silence. Authorities have launched an investigation into the disappearance of Leo Carter, a travel vlogger who was last seen entering the abandoned hotel. His final live stream cut off abruptly, leaving viewers in shock. So far, no trace of him has been found. A detective inspects the dusty hallway, stopping in front of the bricked-up wall where room 306 once stood. His fingers trail over the cold surface. He frowns. Detective, muttering to himself, "We sealed this room. How?" He steps into the storage area, eyes narrowing at the peeling wallpaper. Slowly, he reaches out, tearing it away, revealing the hidden door, slightly ajar. Leo, whispering in terror, barely audible. It's not just the room. It's the whole hotel. It feeds on us. If anyone finds this, seal the room again. Don't let them out. Don't let them. A long skeletal hand suddenly emerges from the darkness, grabbing Leo by the shoulder. The mirror image of him smiles. Too wide, too wrong. The camera glitches violently as Leo is yanked backward into the darkness. The detective stands frozen in place, the camera still clutched in his hands. A bead of sweat rolls down his temple. He breathes heavily, his pulse hammering in his ears. Then, from behind him, the closet door creaks open. Slowly, agonizingly slow. A faint whisper, distorted, layered, as if multiple voices are speaking at once. "We are still hungry." The detective turns, his eyes wide. The shadows inside the closet move. Something shifts in the darkness. Something hollow-eyed, grinning, waiting. Following the unexplained disappearance of Detective Marcos Calistratos, authorities have once again sealed off the abandoned hotel. All entrances have been locked, and the building is set for demolition. Officials urge locals to stay away. A strong gust of wind blows through the empty streets, rattling nearby streetlights. Then, in the distance, faintly, a sound, a whisper, a knock, coming from behind the bricks. The story of room 306 remains one of the most disturbing mysteries in modern history. Some say the victims were lost to something ancient, something hungry. Others believe the room itself is a gateway, a place where the boundaries of reality have weakened just enough for something else to seep through. But the truth remains buried beneath layers of silence and fear, just like the room itself. Yet legends persist. Some claim that if you visit the ruins of the old hotel at night, you might hear something behind the sealed wall. A whisper, a breath, a knock. Pause. Let the silence linger. But if you ever do, whatever you do, do not knock back.